This baby angel has seen some things. And now it's about to become a collage. I went to an estate sale and I found this awesome collection of books. It's from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And the cool thing about all these books is that they come with these art prints of masterpieces. So I've started using these prints in my collage practice in a series that I'm calling Masterpieces. My husband and I have this thing where when we go to art museums, we like to go to each gallery and see how many creepy babies we can find. It's a lot of fun, which is why when I found this angel-faced baby in this up close of a religious fresco, I knew I had to use it in my next Masterpieces project. So let's see what happens when this holy baby meets my pair of scissors. Step one of any collage is to gather your materials. I've gathered a calendar from 2000. I picked this up from my local restore for 50 cents. I also grabbed books of typography, flowers, and cars. The flowers would be good for filling in any gaps. The book of typography includes some choral groups and busy roads, both of which I thought could go well in this piece. Why, you ask? Well, the answer is all about that baby's mouth. That sounds weird. I don't like that. The answer is because the subject has its mouth open. And we all know that when a mouth is open, something's gotta be coming out of it, right? This is getting weirder the more I talk about it. Here's the thing. I knew immediately when I looked at this angel baby that something needed to be coming out of its mouth. I knew I didn't want it to be some sort of animal. I feel like I've done that before. I needed it to be something a little bit more, dare I say, quirky? More abstract. Yeah, it was more abstract. So that's where the cars really come into play. I absolutely love using old calendars as backgrounds. This calendar page with the pink flowers was perfect because I figured I'd be able to have the baby popping up through the petals. This would allow me to hide the weird angles and edges of the baby from where I had cut them out from the scene that they were in. I carefully used my X-Acto knife to start creating a hole in the background from which my baby would be popping out. This took some trial and error, as it always does, to get the hole cut large enough. All my faffing about with the hole was totally irrelevant later on, which is a bit annoying now, looking back, but that's fine. That's fine, I'm not gonna think about that. I'm not. Now I pull out my book of cars, and lo and behold, past Jessica left a treasure trove. These moments are so joyous. When it happens, it feels like a gift. I tested the cars out and I was really liking the results, so feeling happy with this, I committed to the idea and started cutting out around the lips and tongue. Next, I pulled out the typography book and snagged the coral photo. The fact that I found this image so quickly is purely because I have run across it so many times in previous collage sessions. I have loved this book for collaging. It's probably one of my most used books. The book is called Stop Stealing Sheeps, and I used it in my graphic design studies. I actually picked this version of the book up from the restore as well, a couple years ago now. Ooh. That's wild. Yeah. Because I wanted to make the most of the image, I decided to cut it in half. I'd use one half on left side and the other on the right. After carefully cutting around the first section, I started to sort out where it would be placed. Again, I wanted to use the flowers in the foreground to cover the fact that the bottom of the coral singers was a straight edge. After getting one side sorted, I worked on the other side. I spent a little time trying to cut out around the hand of the conductor so that it could cross over the baby's shoulder. I was thinking that this would give the collage even more depth to have that layering effect, but honestly, I did such a poor job at doing this with my X-Acto knife. I ended up covering the hand by putting that section behind the baby anyway. Back in the typography book, I found another image I've run across hundreds of times now. It's a street scene. This is one of 2 full-page images of a busy roadway, and I pulled this one for no particular reason. Frankly, in this collage session, I really tried not to dither too much over the decisions I was making. Once I had an idea, I would commit to it. I think this was helpful for me as it kept me from waffling for minutes on end. It helped me to agonize less over meaning, whether it would look good or not. I tried really hard to just trust myself that no matter what I chose to do, I would be able to figure out how to make it into a good collage down the road. Some of my final touches were these flowers that I pulled from the flower book. Their color isn't really perfect, but again, trying to make quick decisions. The thing that they do? I'm a child. The thing that they do is cover that kind of weird road edge where, you know, the angle wasn't really very good. All right, confession time. I really considered not actually gluing this down. And not because I didn't like it, but because everything at this point had gotten really wobbly. I had accidentally cut the background in half, so every time I touched one thing, another thing shifted. And once I kind of got it all set and the way I liked it, I thought, oh God, if I start moving this, I'm not gonna get it back in the same spot that it was before. So I really considered just stopping it there. But remember what I said about trusting myself? I needed to trust myself to glue it down, and maybe it wouldn't be the exact same as how I had it arranged. It would be good enough, and that would be fine. This is growth, and I hope that you're proud of me. Before I show you the final collage, I want to say thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I've had a really great time. I hope that you have too. If you like this sort of thing, I hope you'll consider subscribing so you don't miss any future shenanigans in the studio. All right, are you ready? Let's take a look. Ah, creepy baby coughing up cars. Is this a face only a mother could love? You tell me, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below if you have ever collaged with a creepy baby or angel. And yeah, I guess I will see you next time. Okay, bye. See ya. Bye. Bye.